channel. In today's video, I'm just going to be doing a quick get ready with me. I'm just getting ready to go to work. Today is Tuesday. So just getting ready to go to work. So if you want to hear my story that I have, then make sure to keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. If you want to know where I work at an eye clinic here in Calgary, in Canada. Yeah, I've been in this field for about 5 or 6 years now. I was working at the same job for about 4 years, but I recently just found a new job because my old work was extremely toxic. I put up with it for 4 years because I just don't like switching jobs. I feel like it looks so much better on your resume saying that, you know, you've been working at the same place for not short term. So I just kind of put up with the toxicness for 4 years, but after we opened up again after, you know, during the pandemic, I quickly noticed and realized how much I always knew that my boss didn't care about me or any of the other employees, but I learned to which degree she doesn't care about any of us during this pandemic. And yeah, I've just, you know what, I'm completely done. Everything is already so crappy right now with the world, and the world is already hard to put up with, and to have to go to work every single day and put up with something like that, like, no. So I worked at this eye clinic here in Calgary, and, you know, I remember my first day. There's this old lady that works there. She's like 75. She's been there for a long time, and I remember my very first day, she was like constantly screaming at me. Like anything I wanted to do, she would scream at me. I noticed she did that with everybody. So I could already tell that she was verbally abusive. And yeah, there would be so many days where I would actually just run to the bathroom and cry because she was just so mean. She would always bitch at me in front of like patients and customers coming in, and just always embarrassing me, always making me feel like I don't know anything. We've had some really good conversations sometimes on downtimes about like our personal lives, and in that sense, I would say she's awesome. But to work with, it's just a disaster. The second I show up to my shift working with her, in a matter of 5 seconds, everything has gone to shit. She worries about everything. But you know what? I don't blame her, because one of the biggest problems at my old work was that my boss, which is the owner of and the doctor of the clinic, was kind of money hungry and a little bit greedy. And many reasons why she's hungry for money and extremely greedy, but this is one of them. She never our store never had a supervisor or a manager. It was literally a free-for-all for any and all employees, because she never wanted to pay for the title. And so we just never had a supervisor. Like, you would think that old lady was the supervisor, but she wasn't. She was just an old lady who, yeah, she's been there for a long time, but if you ask her, hey, what's your position? She'll say, just a regular employee, just like me. The only thing is that because she's been there for so long and she knows the most, people just kind of assume that she is the boss, but she isn't. I know it's illegal to talk about wages, but we were only maybe $2 apart. So that tells you that she was not really my boss. She maybe would have been like the team lead, but again, my boss didn't believe in titles because she didn't want to pay accordingly to your title, right? Because a manager, supervisor would have to get paid more because, yeah. And that lady actually did everything that a manager should do, but she was okay with doing it without being called a manager or without getting paid accordingly. That made her a little bit crazy because all the staff, like, we would have so many shitty fucking people coming in all the time that had no idea what they're doing. And they were just horrible employees. There was just one girl that I'm not even kidding. She was at least an hour late to her shift every single day. She got away with it. She never got fired. She worked there for 2 years. And then when the pandemic happened, oh my God, pandemic happened. So that's just an example of how many shitty people have come in and out into our office. So, I mean, I understand where that senior lady is coming from in terms of why she's such a grump, but I'm sorry, but that's not an excuse for anything. She was always such a fucking bitch. She scared everybody off all the time. If you were to look up my work on Google, the amount of horrible reviews on there, and mostly because they're all because of her, all the reviews will say that lady at the front desk is horrible. It's because of her. She's rude. She's like a bully. She'll talk down to you. She'll insult you to your face. Just like extremely fucking toxic. And yeah, I put up with that for 4 years. And so, you know what? I decided it was time to get a new job, because life is toxic enough, and having to go to toxic work just makes life even harder to deal with. Like, and let me tell you, that was the best decision that I had ever made. This new job that I'm at, so pretty much what I do, so at my old work, I did reception. But if you've ever been to an eye exam, you'll know that before you go see the doctor, there's a bunch of tests called pre-testing that you need to get done before you see the doctor. And that way, it's just kind of like the baseline test that you need to do, which just gives the doctor a starting point, and they can diagnose you for obviously your prescription, but lots of other stuff as well, like eye health and diseases. And anyway, so you get pre-tested, you see the doctor, you come out, they help you with glasses or whatever. So I did all of that. So I did obviously the front desk stuff, but I also pre-tested the patients before they had to see the doctor. I had to do whatever tests that needed to be done. Sometimes while they're in the room with the doctor, they'll want other tests done, extra tests done. So I did all of that stuff, and then I was able to help people with their glasses and dispense or whatever. So this job, everybody has their own role. I'm specifically like the person that does the testing, the technician, or I'm specifically the contact lens person and all that. So anyways, this job is so much better. On my second week of work, they had a staff meeting to just talk about, like, just so you guys know, like, anxiety and mental health is a huge thing, and we never want any of our employees to feel a certain way about work. So they do lots of different things to make sure that their staff is happy, so that they stay, and so that the whole business in general is booming. And let me tell you, this job is so amazing. Everyone I work with is fantastic. It's a very, very fast-paced environment, which you can tell they obviously make a lot of money. But they also care about people that work for them, because let me tell you, you can't have a business without employees. At least for this type of thing. Do you know what I mean? You can't have a doctor running everything. So it just feels really, really good to be able to find a job and see that there is another world outside of a toxic job. I worked at my old job for 4 years. I think I was scared to leave. I didn't know what else would be out there, but it was the best decision I ever made. And you know what? A couple of my other coworkers also left. They kind of followed my lead, because I was like, hey, there is a better world out there. Don't ever settle for anything less than what you think you deserve, because like I said, this world is trash to begin with. So why should any of us have to be miserable at work? Like, I always have a lot going on in my personal life, and so going to work made everything 10 times worse. I was at my worst mind state when I was at that job. Like, every single day I would come home and there would always be something that I would be mad about, always be something that I was upset about. There was never a good day, ever. It's pretty crazy. I do really like my job. I know what I'm doing. It's great. If you need a sign to leave the job that you hate. This is it, sis. Just do it. I promise you, there's a better world out there. Don't settle for anything less. Oh my God, why do I always do this? Don't settle for anything less. And if you're good, you'll be recognized, because at this new job, I'm already recognized because I'm cross-trained on everything. Everything that, you know, I could be of value to a business, because that's what all employees essentially are, right? You're valuable to the business because you help them make money, because without that, how do they make money, right? I find these eyelashes never cooperate. My hair is looking like a mess. What kind of work do you guys do? Are you working right now? Are you just staying at home because of the pandemic? Let me know. I'm curious to know how other people are kind of coping through this weird time of life. I want to know, genuinely. I live in Canada, so right now we get that Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which the government just gives you $2,000 every month. So I feel like a lot of people are not working because that $2,000 a month could possibly be more than what they normally make. And I don't think you need to pay them back. And if you do, it's a very small portion of it. So I feel like so many people are taking advantage of that. I'm seeing that a lot of people are not working. So I'm grateful that I'm working. I'm grateful that I'm busy. I'm grateful that I'm relieved of so much stress. So I just wet my hair because I have curly hair. Every time I go to bed, my curls just get all deformed. But my makeup's all done. I have my glasses on. These are prescription, by the way. If you can kind of tell, they are filthy. But yeah, I do wear glasses full time. And I help people get glasses as well. If you ever want to know, like, what kind of frames will look good on you, let me know what you guys want to know. Let me know what kind of content you guys like to see. Thanks for watching today and letting me vent about work. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you're new, make sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure you like this video. And I hope to see you guys soon.